Hello, Nikki. All right, so let's have a look at what's going to be going on for you. We'll look a little bit at the natal. Sorry, I'm like half dressed. I mean, I guess I'm fully dressed, but like only half. um, yeah, so we'll look at what's coming up for you now. I'm going to look a little bit at your natal chart because it's pretty cool. It's one of those charts that it's just very, very clear what's going on. So we'll dive into that. I don't know where you're living at the moment, so the most powerful technique that I could use, I can't right now. Um, or actually, I will use it, but then if you message me later and say that you're living in a different place, I'll just record a different video. It takes like 5 or 10 minutes looking at that chart. It's not very long, so I'll just do that and send it to you separately again. So let's have a little look. So I love doing these Zoom calls with myself. It makes me feel so important. So powerful chart, Regulus on the ascendant. This is success. Hydra is astrology. Algol on the meridian. This is wealth. Wealth, but fear related to wealth, but still wealth as well. It gives both of them. It's a very weird star. The full moon before your birth was on the meridian, so you will be in a very public position in your life, especially at the middle time of your life, in your middle age. You have Fomalhaut on the descendant, so you're very artistic and very creative, spiritually artistic, artistic out of your spiritual motivation. You do have a dark moon on the descendant in the Via Combusta, so this indicates that your family upbringing was very tough, very, very tough. It's also taking part in a T-square with Mars and Saturn. However, what's very interesting is the IC and the moon together are with this star Zubaneshamali, which is about writing books, being a person of words, of letters. So maybe all these experiences that you've been through with your family, they have given you a creative skill, or you will write about them, turn them into some kind of poetry, music, or story even, or just a book in general. It's a night chart with Venus in the 5th as an evening star. Lovely. I love this. This is beautiful. This gives fame. Again, confirmed from Regulus. Fame, success, crowning, and glory. Morning first Mercury. So you're very intelligent, creative, and artistic. And the morning first phase, I believe this phase gives prophets as well, or psychic people. Although I don't 100% take my word for that, but it's something like that. It is something to do with the psychic vision. Okay, let's have a look at what's happening. Ignore the insanity of the chart. So you're now in a 6th house and Saturn perfection. See this purple pink line here in the 6th house. Probably started off a bit rough around your birthday, which was in November. Some rough health stuff happened, but you recovered quite quickly after that, and you will be in good health for a little while. Very energized right now, very, very happy and lucky right now. However, here in June, around June the 6th, you're gonna watch out for some injuries, definitely. Watch out for some can be trouble with the bones. This is the knees and the kneecaps with Capricorn here, so be careful about June the 6th. Saturn, the 8th. Yeah, okay, interesting. And this is an Aries. Yeah, okay, so you have the aspect of the transiting benefics. So yes, you may be sick for a little bit, but you will come through it. It will be some sickness out of cold, being too cold, like physically from the cold. It's either from the cold, from melancholy and sadness, or loneliness. Yeah, no, Saturn, lovely stuff. And same thing here in August, at the end of September, at the end of July, actually. The square of the moon will give the same thing. regarding your health. And then after your next birthday, you start a 7th house perfection, which is much nicer. There may be, of course, it's relationships, things like that, business partnerships, close relationships. So that'll be really nice. It may start off a bit tough with some arguments, some struggles for authority because of the Sun and Mercury here. But this is next year I'm looking at. Here in March next year, you have Fomalhaut. That'll be lovely. You'll be very creative and artistic regarding your relationships. And then after that, it's all uphill. It's all nice. The trine from the moon, sextile from Venus. This Venus state is a period where you could meet someone between May and June. Yeah, May, June. And we will also look at your Venus cycle. Yes, it definitely is. Well, actually, wait a minute. Yeah, definitely is a cycle where you could meet somebody. Yep. Because at that time you will be going through a period of Venus appearing on your Sun, and for you and myself included, this is also, instead of, it says the 4th here, but because the angle is in a different house, this is like the 5th. So Venus will become visible in this zone. I know this stuff is all really technical. If you want to understand it, you have to book a longer session, because otherwise I just don't have time. I really don't have time to make the predictions and explain it in these shorter sessions. But nevertheless, this is where she is appearing. I'll show you her pentagram. And yours is an evening star. Good. Now, so did she become visible in Cancer? Really? Hold on, let me just check this. Okay, come on, I said for now. Oh, great, I hate it when it does this. Okay. So the next appearance is here in Scorpio. The previous one that we just had was in Sagittarius. Yeah, the morning, yeah. But don't worry about that. Focus on this one. I think this year you may be dating, you may be more interested in people, you may be more social and active, in going out and enjoying yourself. But there's also a possibility for romance actually here this year. Although if it was going to happen, it would have happened already, I think, because Venus just crossed your descendant. If it didn't happen then, well, it probably won't happen in this cycle. But next year, from the appearance of Venus here, which will be in, I believe, November, that is a big time for love. Big cycle, big improvements in the love department there. And at the same time, yes, you have this perfection going over your Venus there that year. So next year is much better for love around May and June. Much, much, much better. Where is the transit in Venus? What? Wow, she's down here. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, wow. This date is definitely one to watch out for. Around June 1st or the end of May. Venus is here with your Mars. And where the heck is, and Mars is also in this sign. And the perfection is sextiling your Venus. So that's really nice. That's possible. Date. Okay, cool. So that is those main topics there. Anything else big happening? The Jupiter-Venus conjunction will trine your Mars. So you do have to be a bit careful about being too impulsive in terms of dating and relationships, things like that. But generally, that's pretty good. It's a good omen. I have it trining my Venus, so I'm pumped for that. Yeah, so it'll trine your Mars very strongly as well, like almost exact trine. So May the 2nd this year is when that happens. So that's the date to watch out for as well. I don't think that that is like a super big romance date. Something will happen, sure. You may feel in love and things like that, but it may not last, I wouldn't say, until you come to next year or the end of this year, really. Then next year is much better for love, romance, and long partnerships. So look forward to that. You know what? Let's not use that other technique I was talking about. Let's use some other crazy stuff, which is just as accurate. Are we working, boys? All right. Hold on a sec. Let me just make sure they're showing me the right thing. Okay, good. That's correct for that one. All right. So you may have had some advances in your career recently, like in the last few months. Thanks. It's 2 weeks. No thanks. 2 months. Yeah, the last since November. Oh, well, December really. You will have had some increases, and they'll continue increases in career. This, hold on, what day is this? When Venus rises. September will be lovely for money, employment, money, friendship, joy. Yeah, you'll be writing, creative writing, definitely, and studying astrology too at that time. Very, very nice. But this is also a possible date for love. However, I would say, yeah, it won't manifest until November if something does happen then. And then you see the effect of it, November or January. After that period, then this will love will become much more viable. However, I do have to warn you that Mars is coming to the descendant at the same time, so there may be some conflicts regarding this relationship or some envy from other people. That can be a thing with Mars for sure. It's definitely something to watch out for. Any kind of abuse here, although abuse is a very big word, but I'm sure you're wise enough to distinguish real abuse from just having a bad day. And then in let's go a bit faster. Looks like in February you get some, let's see, boom, here. End of January, success and leadership. Again with Mars on the descendant, so there's a lot of good stuff happening. Also a big project starting around the start of next year, and then you'll have success in that project. Let's see, by the middle of the year, I think. No, a bit sooner than that. By April, by May. Yeah, big project starting and then some big success in May. However, before that, at the start of next year, so it really looks like everything starts happening next year. This year is more of recalibration, getting back into your body, starting to understand your life again from a new perspective. And then you start the good things start happening again next year. The big events, I mean, the really significant ones, which are quite powerful. And at the beginning of the year, there's this setting of Mars here with these martial stars as well. So that can be, definitely be careful around that time. you want to protect you want to watch out for any iron or fire, injuries from iron and fire, or from sharp objects. That's something to certainly just be careful of, especially on Tuesdays, the day of Mars. But Jupiter and Venus, well, actually Venus doesn't have an aspect, but Jupiter has an aspect. So even if things do happen, the god of gods, Zeus, will save you, will rescue you. So that will be okay, but just be careful. And mostly this is the possibility of having some kind of conflict or opposition from people, just, yeah, in general, but most closely your close partnerships. So I would be careful at the beginning of the year. Okay, if I was you, here's what I would do. I would be not starting a relationship until like the middle of next year. Or actually until April next year, and then I would say, okay, go for it. You're set. You can do it. Because by then all these bad things have passed. What you're in danger of doing is starting a relationship at the end of this year, which if it's destined to happen, well, nobody can stop it. But forewarned is forearmed. So here, look, October, November, September, with Venus rising, big possibility of a relationship. However, with Mars then setting, it may be quite short-lived and end badly. So I don't mean to make you afraid at all. That's not my intention, but I'm just telling you what's happening here. So I would say, just keep your wits about you in that time and don't jump into anything impulsively. Wait until next year has really started, and then you can then I would start thinking about more long-term partnerships. The omens get much better after that. So yeah, I have no idea how long I've just been talking for. Yeah, I hope I didn't miss anything important. It looks like a good year ahead. Like you'll have some good success, most especially next year. What the hell? Oh, hold on. Yeah, most especially next year, you'll have some good success. Let's see this one. Wow. Yeah, you've just been through a big awakening. Money's been pretty nice, or at least it was nice, very nice 7 years ago, and it's going to get nicer again in, let's see, yeah, 2 years. And also, so money's going to get, you're probably fine with money right now with this going through Taurus. But it will spike in 2 years and spike again 1 year after that, and spike again 4 years after that in 2030. So there's this big accumulation of wealth going on from like 2010, probably it was. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. From 2014 until 2030, there's a big what's the word? Gathering your assets and your wealth and your money, basically. It's the universe is giving it to you. You're gathering it. It's getting better now, and you're making money, and yeah, it's going to last. So that's really nice. So yeah, expect more good to come, and be grateful for it. It looks awesome. Looks very cool. I love your chart. Very nice. Quite a deep chart. Very artistic. Yeah. Let me come back here. I hope I haven't recorded for like 45 minutes. I hope I haven't also just recorded for 15 minutes and then just whisked out. Anyway, if I have done any of that, I will make it up to you. I hope that was good. And not too rambly. I know I'm a little bit wasted. That's why I'm wearing a singlet. By wasted, I mean like I'm just tired from working. And yeah, thank you and bye-bye. Hopefully, if you do want to explore more, there's tons of stuff on my website. I'm sure you know where all the links are and things like that. Yeah, I think your chart would really, let's just have a look again. At first glance, it would really benefit from the fixed stars report. What the heck is it here? Because you've got some really powerful stars going on here. There's some charts that the fixed stars doesn't work so well for, but some it does, like my chart. It works really well for my chart. I think it works quite well for your chart too. Yeah, yeah, definitely works very well with your chart. And also, I will send you a link to the 7 sacred degrees, because you have 2 of these powerful zones in the zodiac quite strong in your chart, and you would benefit a lot from hearing about what they are about, because this is, well, this is pretty much this is like one of the only really clear techniques in astrology that I have found that actually shows your spiritual path and your spiritual level as well, and also your destiny with spirituality. You know, what path you're supposed to go on. You know, do you follow an understanding of love, or meditation, or art, or of knowledge? Many different possibilities. So anyway, that's like $15 on my website. I'll send you a link. It's a lovely, lovely little webinar. If you have any questions about it, just let me know, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you very much. Bye.